class, not a cast pod. Hey, phrase, every day she'll make you say, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Okay, welcome to the Sarah Fraser Show. I got a full review for you. Oh my God. We're going to get totally into it. But by the way, don't I look like a realtor today? I'm like dressed like a realtor. I don't know where I'm going. I mean, I know where I'm going in LA, which is to look for an apartment to rent, but I'm not selling it. But I mean, honest to God, I've got like the blazer on, the white t-shirt underneath. It's like, bitch, you are full realtor today. Oh my God. Welcome to Remax. Anyway, let's get into it. I want to thank a sponsor, which is actually really appropriate for today's podcast episode, BetterHelp. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Is there something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Well, BetterHelp is amazing. They'll assess you with your needs and match you with your own professional licensed therapist. You'll be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Thank you. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online. The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log in to your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change therapists if needed. Visit their website and read their testimonials. Don't just take it from me. You can go to BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/TSFS. That's BetterHelp, HELP, and join the over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. As you guys know, I have 2 therapists. I had a mindful eating therapist, shout out to my girl, Robin, and Schman and I are still in couples therapy. We go religiously every month. It is the reason that our relationship is so strong. BetterHelp.com/TSFS. You're going to get 10% off your first month. You'll absolutely want to do this because taking care of your mental health is number one. It changes everything. For me, it changed my weight, but it will change the person that you attract, the job you attract, everything. So that special offer for my listeners only is get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/TSFS. All right, we're getting right into it today. I am doing a full review on Cheer Season 2 on Netflix. If you are not watching this, it is unbelievable. I have to tell you, we all remember before the pandemic, Cheer Season 1 came out January 2020, right? Before all the madness of COVID. And it was like a huge phenomenon. Everybody was watching. Everyone wanted to get into Cheer. So Season 2, I feel like, and by the way, shout out to the director, David Whiteley, unbelievable. This, like I said, what I was going to say to you was I wasn't all that interested in Season 2. I really didn't think I wanted to. The only part that I really wanted to see was Jerry Harris, who we all remember. You guys know Jerry. He was like the super positive cheerleader, like the Matt talk. Yes! 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 Go get it! Yes! That guy. Anyway, so, he was arrested for child pornography, P.S., like at the end of 2020, like start of 2021. Shocker. So I really thought, I'll skip through. I'll watch that. Fuck that. This documentary had everything. I'm talking from the downfalls of fame, which I got to debate. I don't think there were already downfalls of fame, really. But I'll share with you yours. Full spoiler alerts, by the way, ahead. Full spoiler alerts. To, just like, where is everybody now? Huge falling out. Monica was beloved. Monica, who is Navarro's head coach of cheer, who's like the hard ass but loved the kids. Huge falling out with Ladarius, who you remember from the first season. Gabby Butler's back with a ton of controversy over her watermelon diet. And now we actually meet their rivals, Trinity Valley. And I gotta say, you're rooting for the underdog. It's like the upsides of fame, the downsides, the underdog. You have a criminal investigation. I'm like, the directors, like David Whiteley, they must have been like, we hit the motherfucking jackpot. And I mean, I know they probably never set out to, I'm always blown away, like Tiger King, right? How do these directors get so lucky? Is it just random luck? Because it seems like these documentaries end up following people, and then remember S-Town, the podcast, and like the guy commits suicide? Spoiler alert there too. Anyway. They get so lucky. So here, I want to tell you I love this, but I love this documentary not without question. I love giving my opinion and weighing in. It's on Netflix. It's Season 2 is out. It was sort of trending like everything on Netflix for a week, and now it seems to be faded. And I do have to say, I don't feel like there's been a lot of fanfare about it. Maybe because Jerry Harris stuff has overshadowed it and people just don't even want to, I don't know, focus on it or whatever. But you will absolutely love this. So let's start. This season, there's some big things that come up. First of all, we learn that Trinity Valley, who is their rivals, Navarro's rival, the first season, they did not want to be featured because they felt like it was such a distraction. They're the underdogs. They haven't won in like 15 seasons at Daytona. And there's a huge spoiler about Daytona that they do not address in season 2. And I'm not thrilled about that. But I found myself rooting for Trinity Valley the entire time. They had all new kind of people come in with Trinity Valley that you're introduced to. Chris Franklin becomes the co-head coach with Vontae. You saw Vontae in season 1 a little bit. We find out like Vontae doesn't really get along with Monica. They kind of clash. We're introduced to the two big stars of Trinity Valley, Devontae D, as his nickname is, Joseph, and then Jada Wooten, who I love. Jada has like tons of attitude, confidence, and D is like over the top fucking talented. So the first couple of episodes, you're kind of reintroduced. The pandemic hasn't hit. You're into it, right? So they you're like, all right, well, get to the part about Jerry. So it's like episode 4 that you end up like hearing, Jerry, or you see a little bit of him, but they don't introduce much, to him. Or we're not introduced to him really. And they kind of set it up like Ladarius, Gabby. There's a bunch of new people. And I'm going to be honest, like the new girls, I like them. I was sort of, I was really into everybody's story. I just was into everyone at Trinity Valley just a little bit more, okay? I was into Ladarius. I was into Gabby, our sort of old friends, But so we see a little bit of Jerry. Then we get to, there's a lot of buildup. There's a lot of buildup about the dark side of cheerleading. And then we get to Jerry Harris, which is like episode 4, Jerry. So what you find out is Monica had gone to Dancing with the Stars, which is a huge source of tension for them all season. The kids feel like they were abandoned by Monica to pursue her dream of being on Dancing with the Stars. I have to say, this is where the downside of fame is fame makes people jealous. That's what the downside is, okay? If you don't get addicted to drugs and alcohol and you don't, you're always checking up on your accountant or your family, because it's either the accountant or your family that steals your money, then bitch, you're all set. There is no downside of fame, all right? But these kids, are they jealous of Monica going to Dancing with the Stars? They do not like it. And to their point, it seems like Monica goes out there, and maybe because Dancing with the Stars is so demanding, she doesn't pick up her phone. Well, shit's going down with Jerry. So they find out Jerry's arrested, in his house in Illinois. And Monica, it's the first night that she is going to be doing a dance competition. And the producers walk in and they're like, have you seen this news story about Jerry? He's arrested for child pornography. So Monica, they interview Monica on Cheer season 2. She's so down. She's depressed about it. Ladarius, who is a victim of child sexual abuse himself, is like, I can't even believe he would do it. And then Gabby, who is like, I can't not speak to him. Like, I have known him. He's family, right? Which I actually thought Gabby Butler's take on it was the most, I guess, sincere or real. But this part is what shocked me. So Jerry in jail writes Monica a letter. And in the letter, he basically says, I'm going to be a motivational speaker. He's very, very positive. Monica is so taken aback. As far as we know, she has never written to him to this day. Girl, what? This kid you mentored, like, you need to write him back and be like, I can't believe that you did this. Like, what was going on? What happened? Like, aren't you curious? She has never written his ass back. Now, Gabby obviously discusses that she still is in contact with him. But I will say this. So I was talking to my husband, Shman, about this. And the long story short is Shman had said, like, I don't want to say that because he didn't know the person, but through a person, he had seen like a coach in the soccer world be arrested for child pornography charges, something similar. And this guy had released a very positive statement as well, kind of like what Jerry Harris did with Monica. And one of the tactics that sometimes it kind of later had come out by this guy's criminal defense attorney is the criminal defense attorney sort of talked positive to him, like it's going to be okay, so he wouldn't commit suicide. And I feel like with Jerry, Jerry probably believes, who wouldn't believe your life is over? Like, he was sexting 14-year-olds and asking for them to send pictures of his butthole. Like, that is what it was, you know? I'm like, you know, crazy, okay? And so Monica never writes to him. I believe that his attorneys probably do not want Jerry to commit suicide, so they are trying to talk positive, like, you're going to actually be a legit motivational speaker after this. Honey, I don't know who is coming to look, but or watch you in any way, shape, or form as a motivational speaker, but I get what they're probably trying to do. Maybe. That's just like a guess. I have no idea. That might not be their intention at all. But the good part, what does happen with Cheer season 2, which is so well done, is the directors and the producers end up making it about these two boys who are now, you know, probably 17. These were Jerry's victims. One of them he corners in a bathroom at a cheer competition and like begs the kid to have sex with him. It's so fucked up. But I think the documentary does an amazing job of giving light to them. These twins, Charlie are their names. Oh my God, hold on. I wrote it down. Sam and Charlie. They have their mom on. Their mom talks about how she really wrestled with, she didn't want to call the FBI. She didn't want to call police because she didn't want to tarnish the cheer, you know, community. And Jerry was so beloved and his star was on the rise. It does such an amazing job of really showing, I think, you know, all the ups, the downs, like really wanting something not to be true and really seeing somebody and their beautiful image, you know, out there and then, you know, not really knowing who they are. So it is so well done. After that, the documentary really takes a turn for Navarro. Okay, it does. The kids are really upset with Monica. Monica, you know, did not really contact them while she was doing Dancing with the Stars. They all come back. She wants to jump back into things. And so at the time, we end up seeing that Ladarius really has a major problem with Monica. And in fact, has a falling out. Like, I follow Ladarius. I didn't follow all this drama when it was happening, but he was on his Instagram basically saying that Monica is abusive, verbally abusive. Did not talk them through what happened with Jerry. Like, they had a Zoom call and that was basically it. And then no one talked about Jerry again. So the good part is, and I got so emotional when I watched it. I mean, this documentary will make you laugh. It'll make you cry. Okay, so I'll tell you about that because there is a scene at the end about Ladarius. We see all the hard work they put in, and then they're on their way to Daytona, Trinity Valley against Navarro. I want to pause and thank two sponsors, and then I will tell you like the big bombshell that people are talking about online that I cannot believe they didn't address. So today's episode, I mentioned, of course, BetterHelp. Definitely use them. I also have a brand new sponsor thanks to you guys. It's HelloFresh. You guys, the best way to support myself and this show is to frequent my sponsors. You all know this is my full-time gig. I employ amazing people like Leslie, who does all my camera work, and many others. HelloFresh just came on board, and with HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh cuts back on time spent in the kitchen so you can spend it on your other resolutions with meals ready in around 30 minutes or less. Plus, quick and easy meals including 20-minute recipes and low prep and easy cleanup options provide an even faster route to putting food on the table. And don't forget dessert. Satisfy your sweet tooth with seasonal limited time goodies like Dunkaroos, cookie dough, or Vanilla Delight cheesecake. They all add it. HelloFresh is 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal. I'm all about saving money of the same quality, and you can save on average over $65 per month when you order HelloFresh instead of grocery shopping. Now let's get to my code because I always want to give you a deal. I use HelloFresh. I have for years. My favorite part is the meals taste absolutely delicious and they're 30 minutes or less. You guys know I'm a busy mama now. I'm a podcast queen. I'm out here in LA becoming a TV host. So I need the extra time. Go to HelloFresh.com/TSFS16 and use code TSFS16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Okay. Go to HelloFresh.com/TSFS16 and use code TSFS16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Do it. Absolutely love you all. I love HelloFresh. On top of that, ShipStation. Oh my God. Celebrities everywhere. I mean, Chef Wolfgang Puck is like promoting ShipStation. Do not use his code, okay? Absolutely. Shannon Bedore. I adore Shannon Bedore, but don't use her code. Use mine for ShipStation. Use my offer TSFS to get 60-day free trial with ShipStation. That's 2-month free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. Go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page and type in TSFS. ShipStation, you can make ship happen. If you're not familiar with ShipStation, it's awesome. Online shopping isn't slowing down anytime soon, and your business needs to keep up pace. With ShipStation, you'll never worry about shipping again. Make the switch to a solution that handles all of your shipping needs quickly, affordably, and painlessly. ShipStation is already trusted by over 100,000 e-commerce sellers. Keep track of orders and any sales channel. Boom, it's right there. Manage every order. Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or your own website. From anywhere, even your phone. No more headaches from dealing with returns and return tracking. ShipStation makes it so easy. Use my offer code TSFS to get a 60-day free trial. ShipStation.com. Click on the microphone at the top of the page and type in TSFS. I love it. I have a girlfriend who has a shipping company or a subscription box company. I talk about her all the time in Florida, and she has always used ShipStation and saved a bunch of money. So you can too. So finally, okay, I will say like this could be like 1 or 2 episodes shorter. All the lead up of Daytona. I love all the dramatic, like drama of season 2 of Cheer. But we finally get to Daytona and, both teams, Navarro and Trinity Valley, make some mistakes and Trinity Valley ends up becoming champion. I have to say, I kind of rooted for them. Like I loved Dee. I loved, Jada Wooten. I was a big fan. So they end up winning. It wasn't that I didn't love Navarro. Ladarius wasn't there. Gabby Butler was really the only one that was back from the original cast. So I just wasn't as invested. I really wasn't. And I mean, to be honest, I don't see how they were going to win. They've been through shit. Can you imagine? The whole Jerry Harris thing, like how do you even go on as a team? You think you know somebody. You live with someone 24/7. And he had this even eerie moment in season 1 where he said like if it wasn't for Cheer, he'd probably be in jail. Look, the whole thing is tragic. But we do see Ladarius and Monica make up, which I loved. I actually cried. She cried so much because she was just like, I love you so much. I can't believe, did you really think I was abusive verbally? He hasn't really come out and shared his side. I'm hoping he will. My own take on their relationship is I think the kids were really upset that she went to Dancing with the Stars and basically did something for herself. And a lot of these kids do. They come from troubled backgrounds, and Monica is their mom. Monica's family is their family. So I feel like they felt abandoned by her. And I could see how Ladarius was really angry, but I was so happy that they made it up. They made up, together. Okay, but then I have to tell you, the craziest thing of all, okay, so Trinity Valley wins. I love it. I'm totally invested. I like Trinity Valley's whole culture. I loved watching them. I don't know. Now I feel like it's going to shift, and season 3 is going to be about Trinity Valley. But I will say this. The shocking part, if you have not read this about Cheer, is, okay, they work so hard, right? And you think Daytona is this huge. I'm thinking Daytona is like 12 teams, 15 teams that compete nationwide. Y'all, Daytona is only Trinity Valley versus Navarro. That's it. They're the only 2 competitors at Daytona. Like there's other cheer competitions that they compete at, but it's only the 2 rivals. What in the world? Is anyone else thinking, well, okay, then I don't know, like, do those championships mean as much? I mean, if you only have 1 rival? Is it just me, y'all? Anyway, let me know what you think. Did you watch season 2 of Cheer? Absolutely loved it. Everything from tragedy, underdogs, the downside of fame, triumph. It was so well done. And I feel like it should be getting a lot more buzz than it's getting. So let me know, did you have any idea that at Daytona there's only 2 teams versus each other? Let me know. And then what did you think? What did you think of the Jerry Harris drama? What did you think of Monica? A lot of people not fans of Monica anymore. They didn't like the way she handled the Jerry Harris thing online. They didn't think that she was empathetic enough to victims. And a lot of people feel like she put herself first. I mean, the woman is a woman, for God's sakes. And I mean, she wants to enjoy the fame too. I want to hear all your comments. Leave them on my YouTube page. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, it's The Sarah Fraser Show. All right, everybody, I'll be back tomorrow. Brand new episode. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.